Namaste, everyone. Welcome to Gentle Yoga. This type of yoga is designed to be a palliative yoga. Palliative yoga is primarily a preventive medicine, but it can have therapeutic effects also. It is designed for stress reduction. We do it using physical asanas with breathing, mantras, and other meditative practices. It is designed to increase the energy of communication in body systems. It stimulates better immune system and body's mechanism and body's repair mechanism. One feels better and minor issues can get resolved. Yoga brings good health of mind and body, inner awareness, and a sense of cosmic connection. Regular disciplined practice is key. So if you miss a day, please use the video recording. Yoga is not a physical exercise and it is not a religious practice either. So people with any religious background can do this yoga. This type of gentle yoga can be done sitting on a chair or on the floor. Remember to keep your spine straight at all times, but not stiff. Support your back if you need to. Do these practices gently, smoothly, and without jerks. Slower is better. Visualize the part of the body being exercised for maximum benefit. Follow instructions to avoid adverse reactions. There should be no strain and should be done within one's capacity. Make sure the breathing is slow and smooth. If anything causes pain or discomfort, please stop immediately, avoid the practice, and seek clarification. If you have any questions regarding personal problem, this is not the forum to ask. Please send an email to the email address provided in the reminder email. And remember, liability is entirely yours. Thank you.
As usual, we begin with 3 ohms. Let's take a deep breath in. Now we begin as usual with our chakra vibrations. So bring the focus to the perineum. Anybody new today?
Hi, Dr. Rajan. This is Shakti.
Hi, Shakti. Oh, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Yes. If I didn't see your picture, I wouldn't have known who is that Shakti.
Okay.
Okay. Wonderful. So, Sai Suraj is not joining us?
No, he is on a work call. I don't know. He's not
Okay,
joining today. I'll ask him to join tomorrow.
no problem. Okay.
Thank you.
So bring the awareness to the perineum, and the perineum is the spot between the anus and the genital area. So when you're seated, that is just the part in between the buttocks that doesn't touch the floor. So as we gently squeeze there, we do the mantra. Bring the little finger pressed against the thumb as we do the mantra lam. Take a deep breath in. Lam. 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 Release the mudra and continue. Lam. Lam. Last time. Lam. So Vijaya, would you like to do Bhastrika in the end today?
Sure, doctor.
Okay, good. So now bring the awareness 1 inch above the perineum, and there we want to do the mantra VAM. And you gently squeeze from front to back, and you feel the slight compression there as you do the mantra VAM. And here we use the mudra, the ring finger pressed against the thumb. Take a deep breath. Vam. Vam. Release the mudra and continue. Vam. 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 Last time. Vam. Now bring the awareness behind the navel, and here as we draw in at the navel, we do the mantra Ram, and we press the middle finger against the thumb. Take a deep breath in. Ram. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Ram. Now bring the awareness in between the breasts in the middle of the body. And here we do the sound yum. And when we do this, we have the index finger pressed against the thumb. Take a deep breath in. Yum. 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 Release the finger and continue. Yum. Yum. One last time. Yum. Now we bring our awareness to the throat, and here we do the sound hum, and we keep the thumbs up mudra with a loose fist. Take a deep breath in. Hum. 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 Release the mudra and continue. Hum. Hum. Last time. Now we bring our awareness to the middle of the head. Here we do the sound chum. Again, thumbs up mudra. Chum. 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 Release the mudra and continue. Chum. One last time. Chum. Top of the head, we do the sound Om. Again, thumbs up mudra. Take a deep breath in. Release the mudra and continue. Now we go on to our happy face breathing. And in this happy face breathing, we, in this happy face breathing, close your eyes and bring your awareness to the throat. And in the throat, observe as you make a big smile, how you feel a little stretch. Observe the stretch in the throat, and as you inhale and exhale, feel like the air is rubbing along the stretch. When you inhale, it'll feel like slight sucking kind of feeling at the throat. So let's continue, do the practice. If your video is on, I can see and say whether you're doing it right or not. Indrani Partsarthi, you could do better. Try to make a bigger smile and feel the stretch there as you inhale and exhale. Bharat Lakhanpal, you're doing good. If you bring down your chin slightly, it will be even stronger for you, the effect of Ujjayi. Okay, now let's go now. We'll do more of it later. Let's go to the mantra for the respiratory system. From inside the sternum, through the top of the head, visualize a line or a stem going through. And along that, you visualize a vibration rising. And the vibration feels like 3 syllables. Haim, im, Haim, im, and So hi mem hi mem hi mem hi mem Feel it flow and leave outside the head, go out of the head. Close the eyes and do that. Yes, and Surendarji knows what to do, yes. Shakti, you're clear on what to do?
No, Dr. Rajan. I was
Not
just
really,
trying to see
right?
other participants.
Because you're new, bring your awareness inside the sternum, close your eyes,
Okay.
and visualize like from inside the sternum, there is a line or a wire, a straight line that is going through the top of the head. And keep your attention on that line and mentally feel you're vibrating there. Haim im haim im haim im. Feel like the vibration is rising from behind the sternum and going to the top of the head. Now let's go on to our spinal alignment exercise. We'll start with the neck. As you exhale, tilt your head, trying to bring one ear towards the shoulder. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, go towards the other shoulder. Inhale, come back up and continue. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and last 16. Inhale, come back up, and as you exhale, turn your head as if you're looking over one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. Inhale, come back. And let's continue. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 20. Okay, now inhale, take the head back, and exhale, chin towards the chest. Continue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, as you come down, as you inhale, we will rotate 180 degrees and exhale the other 180 degrees. We do a full circle, 360 degrees. Let's go. 1. Exhale. Continue. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 'And last, 8. Let's go the reverse, backward. Inhale and exhale. Continue. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And now let's go on to the shoulder exercises. Inhale, lift up one shoulder. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Inhale, lift up the other shoulder. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Let's continue. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and last 14. Now, raise your hands up, and as you inhale, you lift up the palm, making it perpendicular to the forearm, and stretch out the fingers as wide as possible. Then, as you exhale, take the thumb in and make a downward facing fist. Inhale and exhale. 2, exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. Now, inhale, rotate around the fist, and exhale, complete the rotation. Continue. 2, 1 breath, 1 rotation. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go backward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's good. Now, bring the lines, the elbows in line with the shoulders, and keep the palms loose. Fingers, thumb, palm, elbow, wrist and elbow. We'll move all of them. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Continue. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go backward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Now, let's bring the interlocked fingers behind our head. And as you exhale, turn to one side, inhale, come back, exhale, go the other way. Always keep the elbows in perfect 180-degree angle and keep the head up. Don't let the head fall and don't let the elbows come forward. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Very good. Now, get hold of your opposite elbows behind your back. And as you exhale, pull on one elbow and inhale, come back up. Exhale, pull on the other elbow, and inhale, come back up, and continue. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's good. Now, let's get hold of the elbows behind the back and holding the elbows. As we exhale, we twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale the other way, inhale, come back. Continue. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. That is good. Now, let's bring our hands right at the hips. The thumbs are on the side and the fingers are all on the two sides of the spine, digging into the little spaces in between the spine. And as you inhale now, instead of exhaling, as you inhale, push on one hand and make a backward arch. And exhale, come forward. Inhale, push on the other hand and make a backward arch. And exhale, come forward. Continue. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Very good. Now, sit all the way back in your chair if you're sitting on the chair. And if you're on the floor and sitting on the chair all the way back, separate out your feet so that there is space in front of your chair. If your chair is too small and you don't have space, keep your legs together and place your hand on your knees. Otherwise, if you have the space, put your palms flat on the chair. And if you're on the floor, separate out the feet and keep the hands firmly on the floor. And as you inhale and exhale, do it in the happy face breathing format, the Ujjayi Pranayama. And feel a little pressure on the hands, little bit, only to the point of what I call, at your comfortable level. Don't put so much pressure that you feel uncomfortable. And make sure the shoulder is open instead of closed. So you don't want to come like this, just keep the shoulder open. Okay, excellent. Now we will go on to the next exercise. Cross one leg over the other and get hold of your the knee on the top with your interlocked hands. And as you exhale, you not only pull up, but you cross it over so that the butt lifts. And then you turn your head to the same side as the leg you're holding. Inhale, release, and exhale, pull and turn. Continue. Inhale, release, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now let's cross the other leg. As you exhale, pull and turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we will do the cycling with the leg only 5 times each leg. So lift up one leg, inhale, exhale, stretch out and bring it down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go to the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we are going to do the last balancing exercise. We do that with both shoulders together, lifting and going, but we are going to do it in a special way. If you're sitting on the chair, dig your feet onto the ground, so feel the weight on the ground. Then, as you inhale, feel yourself lifting up, not only the shoulder, also feel the hip lift up, okay? So let's go. Inhale and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Now we are ready to go on to our Bhastrika Pranayama. So Vijaya, take over. Actually, I'll explain it and then you can do the count from there. Okay. So the Bhastrika Pranayama is very simple. It is simply full deep breathing. The lung is such that can expand and contract like a balloon. When the lower part of the lung breathes and expands, it pushes downward and the belly comes out. And as the middle chest expands, the chest expands a little bit as the middle lung expands. When the upper lung breathes, the shoulder pulls back. And when you exhale, they all come down. So this full deep breathing we can do in 2 ways. Keep your hand in your belly. And when you inhale, feel it come out, belly comes out. And as you continue to inhale, chest expands and shoulder pulls back. And as you exhale, everything contracts down. The other way is you keep a loose fist with the elbows by the side of the chest. And as you inhale, first the belly comes out. Then as the chest expands, lift up your elbows. And as the shoulder pulls back, stretch back the shoulder and open out the palms. Then as you exhale, close the fist first. And as you continue to exhale, empty fully and the belly goes in last. Right? So let's continue now. Vijaya, take over.
Thank you, Doctor. Let's take a deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. 20. And exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Observe any sensations in your head and also as they dissipate down your head.
Now we'll go on to the spinal mantra. We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, 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 Jim. I'm Shim 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jime, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jime, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jime, Haim, Aim, Om. 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 I'm Shim Jim Jam Haim I'm 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 Om. I'm Now we'll go on to one more round of Bhastrika. So Vijaya, go ahead.
Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. exhale, 9, exhale, 10, exhale, 11, exhale, 12, exhale, 13, exhale, 14, exhale, 15, exhale, 16, exhale, 17, exhale, 18, exhale, 19, exhale, 20, and exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Observe any sensations in your head and also as they gently come down your head.
Mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. If you have a personal mantra, you can do it. Otherwise, just watch your breath as Om plays in the background. Mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. And with that as the thought, you can raise your hands up 6 inches in front of your face and look straight into the palm of your hands when you open your eyes. And with that, we finish the session for today. It is 6:30 West Coast time. And today it was a 1-hour session as usual. And if there are any questions, we are open to answer. Now, people who are new, if they would like to introduce themselves, that will be appropriate. Shakti, you want to introduce yourself to everyone?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Sakti Anantu, and I got introduced to Dr. Rajan via my husband's office, Start by Products at Houston. And I like the way he teaches about chakra balancing techniques via breathing exercises. And I have migraines, so I thought I'll give it a try. And sorry for the delay that I joined a month late, Dr. Rajan. Apologies. I was busy at work. So that's it.
Wonderful. How did you like it today? Was it relaxing?
Yes, obviously. I sat on the floor and it was really I feel grounded. Thank you very much.
Well, we will know how frequently you come back. That's when we know it's working on you.
Sure. I'll definitely try to join next weekend also.
Okay, see you then. Thank you.
I have
Thank
one
you.
question. Narayan, Dr. Narayan,
Go ahead, hey, Lata.
I get this crackling sound all over my body.
Okay, you're getting old.
Oh, is it? No problem, na?
No problem. You see, what happens is the crackling sound comes largely because the soft bone that helps in motion sliding, I call it as the ball bearings of the body. Over a period of time, they slowly wear off. And when they wear off, as long as the muscles on the two sides, the connective tissues, the tendons and all of them, as long as they are in good shape, you will be fine. The key is that when that happens, we need to make sure we don't overdo stuff, and that is what we call graceful aging. And through this yoga process, you keep all of those joints and all of them in well lubricated and in good shape, so that they don't deteriorate further and you're functional without any pain.
Okay, thank you. I don't have pain, only that sound comes.
Yes, yes, yes. That sound comes for everybody once they cross a certain threshold in age. Actually, you can have a raise of hands over here. How many people feel joints making some cracking sound? Anyone? There you go. Lata, do you see? 50% of them are raising their hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dr. Rajan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So when we do shoulder exercises and some spine alignments, I'm more comfortable doing them standing up. I hope it's okay because you haven't said anything so far, so I'm hoping it's okay.
It is okay. The only thing is I won't stand up, because what happens is, the reason I don't stand up is a number of things. One is the way the camera and all of this, it is closer, when I'm sitting down. But the other part of it is, for people, when we do any of these practices as a group, we look towards the lowest common denominator where we cannot hurt anyone or put anyone in the harm's way. And for people, as you see over here, senior audience over here, who may lose their balance if they are on the feet continuously for a while, that is the reason I don't stand up.
So it's okay if I do. I just wanted to make sure that
As
I'm
long
doing the
as
right
you can
thing.
keep your balance well.
Oh yes, don't go by my hair. I'm not that old.
No, that's fine. Actually, when I look at your hair, I think of those old English barristers. What they wear. You look very beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. Premature graying runs in the family. I mean, I'll just stop at that.
Well, my mother is the same thing. My mother, she became pretty much like you when she was around 40 years old or so, completely gray. And
Same
now
here.
she's 91.
Yeah, it's same here.
Yes. Any other questions? Anyone? Actually, I have a question. Just I want a show of hands. How many people here are from the Los Angeles area? Okay, Rita, Lakhani, okay, Lakhanpal, Sushma ji, and okay, Surina Narang, and yes, okay, I have all of you. Sabita Rajsekar is also from Los Angeles area?
No, from Bay Area. From Bay
From Bay
Area.
Area. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this is good. You see, the key part is we have one machine that is with Dr. Rajinder Mahajan in that, what is that place called? Palos
Verdes.
Palos Verdes, exactly. Yes, so that area. So,
Is it Rajendra Mahajan you said?
no, Rajinder Mahajan.
Rajinder, not Verinder.
No, yeah. Virinder is his brother.
Right. So Rajan. Rajan.
Yes, Rajan is the one, right?
Yes.
Rajan Mahajan. So, yes. So he has one. And the thing is basically, he's at this point in time, because of the COVID issues, he is not comfortable with anyone being read over there to do with the machine. So if there is any one of you who would like to, work with the machine, then in which case, that machine can be borrowed and, it can stay with one of you over there if you want any reading for anyone over there. So that is the thought I have.
What machine are you talking about?
This machine is where we
Naughty
read the
machine.
bioenergy of each of your organ systems.
Oh,
Now, I'll have you seen the machine?
no.
Okay, I'll show it to you. Actually, what I can do is, essentially you put your finger one at a time in a little encasement. And what happens is your finger sits in an electromagnetic field when we click on the computer. And what it does is it creates an image of a computer like this. I'll show you right now. You can see it on the screen.
Rajanji, who has the machine in the Bay Area?
Actually, now it is Manuja as well as Uma, who was over here. Uma, you saw her a little while back. Is she still there, Uma?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I didn't see.
Uma might have gone. So Uma and
Okay.
Manuja are sharing the machine, so either one of them can do it for you. Now,
Oh, okay.
you can see over here, you're able to see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to show you something like a person whose reading I took today. And here is a person where you can see the starting reading over here. What input comes out of this reading is this what I get out of this reading. Okay. So this is the reading for each of the 10 fingers, starting from the thumb of the right hand, the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. And this is the left hand, the same thing. And what happens is the amount of light this is like an aura of the fingertips. Okay. So the amount of light that is there indicates how much of energy is in each organ system. Based on the Chinese meridian system, like for example, this lower segment number 4 is the throat, and the upper segment here is the cerebral zone cortex. So if I want to see for each segment, you can see over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. If I go here, you can see 1 is the right eye, 2 is the right ear, nose, and sinus, and the 3 is the jaw, teeth on the right side. 4th is the throat, not the thyroid. 5 is the jaw, teeth. 6 is the left ear and nose and sinus. and 7 is left eye, and 8 is cerebral zone cortex. Like that, for each organ systems, we get the reading, right? And from this reading, this reading, all of that, we can distill it down to organs. So in this particular case, we saw that the head systems were little, the color coding is basically total amount of energy. If it is below a certain amount, or if it's within the right range, it gives you all these color coding. Green is, you see in this system, actually, let me go to the energy field. You see, this is the total energy is 53 joules for this person. In each organ system, we look for an energy level of around 5. If it is between 4 and 6, it will be coded as green. If it is between 2 and 4, it will get color coded as orange. If it goes below 2, that's very seriously low. It becomes pink. If it is between 6 and 8, it is white. If it is more than 8, it becomes yellow. So for this person, we can see the person had the brain weakness, cerebral zone weakness, and the heart was weak, the heart muscle. This is the heart muscle, and this is the coronary vessels, and this is the circulatory system, and this is the cerebral zone vessels, which is where we can find if people have poor blood pressure control, meaning low or high blood pressure. And this is the respiratory system's various part. This is the lungs, and this is the throat, and this is the communication into the lungs. And the endocrine system, they were all fine, this thing. The spine, as you can see how it was weak and all of that thing. And the worst one was the thoracic zone. This is the central nervous system. So when we are looking at the central nervous system, the cerebral zone cortex, and this represents the brain, and this represents the spine coming through. They together is the total central nervous system. And this is the peripheral nervous system over here, the second one. And then we can see the digestive organ. The liver is white, it is overactive, rectum is white, and you can see a lot of the digestive channels, both the small intestine and large intestine, they're all showing weakness over there. And then, of course, you can see the enlarged prostate for this person, and all of that you can also see. But any case, for this person, when the person came in, this was what it was. And so recognizing that he had, in this central nervous system, there was an issue, and the heart was also being affected, and the throat was, he was snoring badly, so the throat was overactive. So what we did was we ended up doing 2 exercises for him. So the first exercise we did for him was happy face breathing, Ujjayi Pranayama. And the moment that was done, you can see how it changed many things. You see the head is no longer orange, but the respiratory system became yellow, in the sense it became more overactive. And becoming more overactive is an indication of some healing going on. But you can see the thorax zone, which was red, has become now, orange has become now green. And you can see the heart too has become green. But the total energy was 4.12. And if you look at the spine, the thoracic spine is still, orange, but the others have become changed if they have become higher level of energy. Now, after that, we had him do a chanting. And after the chanting, you can see actually in the second one, after the Ujjayi Pranayama, you can see in the head, even though the overall head has become green, the cerebral zone vessels is still, orange, as you can see. But after the chanting he did, you can see over here, everything has become green. And you can see the heart has become even stronger. And so this is what tells us this is working. And once you look at the spine, see the thorax spine now has become fully green. So this is how we know what is working and what is not working. And you can see how when we took it, we took the time at 10:49. I took the first reading and then made the assessment. And then I had him do the Ujjayi Pranayama and we took the reading at 11:14 and then at 11:24, after doing the chanting. And so you can see this is how we do what is called measured yoga therapy. So this is the machine.
Wow.
So it gives us the ability to predict what will work, what will not, and for specific elements. So in his case, he had brain-heart coordination was malfunctioning. And so with these two practices, we were able to address the element related to that.
Wow. So if we borrow the machine, how is that gonna work?
Well, what happens is, you see, we are a non-profit organization, and so what we do is locally in each place we train specific individuals. You know, Rajan Mahajan is fully trained; he knows how to use it. Okay,
But he's
So-
not. Nobody's working right now.
No, but the thing is exactly so. He's fully at home, and the COVID season he won't see anyone. He's not even
Right.
stepping out of home.
Right.
And so so at a time when if anybody else would like to be trained, and if there are others who want to do it, we can have him loan the machine to this thing. That machine belongs to Life in Yoga. It is not his machine. So it can be circulated among whoever wants to be a volunteer to work with it.
I see. But
Dr.
they have
Dr.
Rajan?
Rajan, Dr. Rajan,
Yes, go ahead.
this was initially mapped out. How was it mapped out? Was it something that was in our Shastras, or is it from the Chinese, this thing, the initial mapping?
This is the product of 80 years of research. Okay? 80 years of research. So
Wow.
the thing
I
is, you
mean, it
see-
is very intense, I can see. Yeah.
Yes. See, what happened is, the part is, you see, you have to remember, it is one thing to be a yogi and to see things intuitively. But the other thing is to what you see intuitively and what you see the dynamics, to bring it out in a scientific way. Okay?
Correct. Yes.
So in
Yes,
the
that's what I was
Orient,
wondering. Yeah.
in India, through the
Mhm.
three-finger reading of this Nadi, the Ayurvedic practitioners
Yes.
developed the intuitive system of how to understand what
Correct.
was wrong and what to do. Now, in the Chinese system, they also do the same thing, but in their treatment mechanism, because they did not have the same kind of things available as there was in India, they were able to see the nadis inside, and they used needles to get at the nadis. Okay.
Acupuncture. Yeah.
So as a result of that, they developed a deeper understanding of the same nadis, where it was flowing. In the Indian system, they knew about it, but they didn't find any need to record it or go further into it, because the thing is basically it was not practically functional for them. Whereas in the Chinese system, it was functional. Now, what happened was, the research goes as follows. Now, it was quite by accident in 1939, a Russian photographer, while developing a film. You have heard of Kirlian, right?
Yes,
Simeon
Kirlian. Yes,
Kirlian.
yes.
Simeon
Yes, the
Kirlian
Kirlian
discovered-
photography. Yeah.
Yes, that Simeon Kirlian discovered this. But after he discovered this, others were wondering what it is, and people who come from physics background were looking at it. But then from 1940 to 1980, a German physician by the name of Dr. Reinhard Wohl, he started, his view was, if there is something, if the meridians are there, then in which case you should be able to feel some kind of electrical activity. So what he did was,
Pulse. Yeah.
but no, electrical activity. Don't call it pulse. Okay, so pulse, the reading is different. Okay. So
No, I'm talking
what
about the pulse of the electricity pulse. Yeah.
So what he did was, Many of you understand, if you take a battery and hold the top and the bottom, you may not realize, but there is 1.5 volts of electricity conducting through your fingers. But you never feel it because you're holding the positive and the negative nodes, right? So you never realize it. Now, what happened is that's because until the voltage is about 10 volts, you won't feel any electricity in your body. And if it goes up to higher voltage, then you'll get a shock. Okay. Even in 10 volts, the shock is not very much. You'll feel the vibration, but you won't feel shocked. Okay. So what happened is he said, and of course with 10 volts, you can feel it in the skin. So with 1.5 volts, you cannot feel it anywhere. But what he said is if there is electrical conductivity in the biomeridians, you should be able to feel it in the meridian points. So the acupuncture points. So with that, he developed a machine called electroacupuncture according to Dr. Ward. And by that, you could measure over there the conductivity. And it was really, and he could see the lung point, how it operated, the heart point, everything in the hands. So he could measure everything. So I started doing research with Dr. Wohl's machine in probably 2010 or so. Okay. So I have one of those machines too. It's a little bit of a clunker in the sense, you see, what happens is it takes a long time to take accurate full measurements. And of course, this machine, Dr. Wohl developed between 1940 and 1980. And he was a physician and he took the readings for thousands of patients. Okay. So he was
map
able
it out. Yeah.
Yes. Then what happened was the Russians were doing research from 1940s too. But what they did was from the 1980 onwards, they started doing focused research on how to develop a machine where instead of looking at electrical conductivity there, if you can use the aura of that comes from being in an electromagnetic field in a safe and useful way whereby you can measure. So this is the 5th generation Russian machine. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So the thing is, basically, you can understand how many years of research.
Because you can see how painstakingly it has been plotted, right? I mean, everything is so specific. Yeah. It seems like it has been very, very researched, well researched. Yes.
That's what I said.
And you'll keep adding more things, I'm sure, right? You keep adding more. You'll keep adding more stuff to this, right? I mean, in terms of more going more specific in terms of the organs or that.
See, I gave you only the surface stuff. If you really want to see what all it has, I'll show you and it'll probably blow your mind. Okay, so the thing is basically, you saw this cover report over here. Now, what I can show you is what all reports it has is, it'll show the chakra system, how it is. It'll show it'll give the stress level and optimal energy, disbalance and things. And then it will give the total level of energy. The left hand and right hand have different meanings in the traditional medicine system.
God.
And so within the left hand and right hand, with the orange line is the utilization of energy by each organ system. And the maroon line is the capacity of energy in each organ system. And then we can go and look at the left and right balance. And then, of course, we look at the organ system, which I showed you. And within each one, if you click over here, in each one, you can look with respect to the left side and right side. Now, of course, if you wanted to get into more detail, when we work with more detail, we, of course, go much more than that. And I will show you what kind of detail we work with. Now, the kind of detail we work with is the if we wanted to see how much, what are the changes and how much energy has changed and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we do the analysis over here. So, okay, you can probably see this chart over here, right? So by
yeah.
this chart, I can look at each organ system, what changes happened by how many percentage. Like the first reading here is for I'm looking at the immune system. This is the first reading in the left hand. And after he did the Ujjayi Pranayama, and after he did the
Pranama.
chanting, and so I have the three numbers, and I can look to see how much energy changed. There is another number also we get called entropy. And those of you who are from engineering
Okay.
background, you know, entropy is garbled information. Okay. So we can see how this thing changes. We can look at how much percentage change there was in the left hand, in the right hand with each exercise. And we can see what happened to the spine. You can see how much change was there in the prostate spine. Now you can see how much change was in the thoracic spine. And this is where the great weakness was. And anything that is more than 20%, we consider it as highly significant. You can actually see how much was the improvement in the prostate area. So for the person who had enlarged prostate, we can see the liver system. We can, as you can see, each part of the digestive tract over here. And so we look at how the endocrine system, different parts of the endocrine system, the spleen, the adrenals, the urinogenital system, the pancreas, thyroid, pituitary. And we look at each of the respiratory elements, the lungs, the throat, all of them, the coronary vessels, heart, this thing. So this is the degree to which we can analyze where it is being affected.
So how long do you anticipate this will take to get into mainstream and diagnostics and all?
Well, if it goes the current way, probably not in this century. The part is basically what happens is the medical system is the most corrupt business in the whole world.
I don't hear you, doctor. I think something. How?
Can you hear me now?
Sabita ji,
I don't hear you.
Sabita ji, your Wi-Fi is not stable right now.
It's not good? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it's not stable. That's the reason. Right now it's better, but it
Okay.
keeps going in and out, and that's why you cannot hear him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Dr. Rajan, can I ask a quick question?
Yes, go ahead.
So just looking at it from an engineering perspective, as you were mentioning, I saw that the improvement occurred within a matter of 10 minutes.
That's correct.
In those charts.
Yes.
So typically there is a stable situation that the person arrived with.
Yes.
With the intervention, he reached another state.
Yes.
And then does that state stick or does it require constant?
No. It is transient.
Practice? Transient, okay.
But what happens is that transient tells us what is working. And there's a process called building of neuroplasticity. What is neuroplasticity? Neuroplasticity literally is our body is a bundle of programs. Okay. We carry a bundle of programs. But depending upon how much energy you give to each of the program, that is the degree to which they activate. Okay.
Right.
And so what happens is the brain is the governor and distributor of the energy in the whole body. And it decides which organ will get how much energy. And so what happens is when we look at this, when some intervention creates a transient change, then in which case the brain has a capacity to rewire itself and change its pattern of energy flow, but it doesn't happen in one sitting. It takes between 6 to 12 weeks for the brain to rewire itself. That process of rewiring is called building neuroplasticity. And that is the reason when any yoga practice we do for therapy, there is a requirement that it has to be done without fail every day about the same time. You cannot shift the practice from one time to another. It has to be done around the same time every day for a period of about, in the Indian system, they say it takes 40 days or 6 weeks. Okay.
I see.
But we have practically seen that it takes 6 to 12 weeks. Okay. And since you know Mahajans very well, right? So Devinder Mahajan in Houston, for him, he had incredible hiccups that would never go away. And so when we applied this Ujjayi Pranayama for him, in 5 weeks, it went away.
Oh, I see.
Okay. And then the part was when he had this, heart-related issue. And he would get, and so what happened is a lot of medications. And in 7 weeks, he found his blood pressure was going so low, he stopped all his blood pressure medication.
I see.
And what happened was, he also had angina. So if he walked for 4 minutes, he would get pain. And so what happened was, after 7 weeks, he noticed the pain was not coming immediately after 4 weeks. So he timed it and found it was coming every 8 minutes. Not every 4 minutes, every 8 minutes. Then what happened is he kept doing, after 4 or 5 months, angina completely disappeared. Completely pain-free. He does 45 minutes of walking exercise without any pain anymore.
I see.
Previously, he had to rest every 4 minutes.
Right. And that was because of a continuous practice that had been...
Continuous practice, highly disciplined practice. He used to practice 3 times a day. He still does.
Right. That's amazing. And the practice basically is the asanas and the mudras and the chanting.
Nope. Actually, what it is you're calling it as asanas. In every practice we have done here, can you identify an asana?
Well, I'm using the word loosely, for example.
Okay. Then what you said is correct.
Right.
What you said is correct.
Yes.
So essentially a combination of, actually in his case, the major impact came simply from 2 exercises. One was the breathing exercise and the other is the mantra.
I see. Great. I have one last question for you.
Yes.
It's getting late. That exercise where we don't chant it, but we in our mind say the mantra which goes from the sternum up, that is supposed to go along the spine, or is it supposed to go through the body?
No, not along the spine. Through the middle of the body.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So we'll close for today. Namaste, everyone. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you so
Mantra
much.
for me, Dr. Narayan, I want one mantra.
Tomorrow.